still a very heavy police presence here on 62nd Avenue in Forest Hills, where a man was shot and killed by officers. And as you mentioned, all of this happened at a family gathering in front of several young children. First responders are calling it a pancake collapse. It was so severe, several cars could be seen falling into a hole in this garage.
Even people who say that they're usually in the know were surprised when that email went out about 2 weeks ago. That's when the state notified University Hospital staff about its plan to shrink or even shutter the hospital.
But clearly something derogatory towards the Israel Defense Forces. Actually, on the other side of the police vehicle, it says "Free Gaza." That is written in white spray paint. Just when we thought we were in the clear, another air quality alert is in effect for actually all of New York State.
Looking back today, I don't know how anybody got out alive.
Aaron Krell was just 12 years old when Nazi forces invaded his hometown of Lodz, the second largest city in Poland.
This was the demise of the Jewish people in Poland.
Krell's father died years prior, and his mother worked hard to support him and his two older brothers. Like all other Jews in Lodz, Krell and his family were forced to live in a ghetto.
How we even survived, it's maybe a miracle, or whatever you want to call it. People were dying in the streets.
Krell says he almost became desensitized to all the death that surrounded him until his brother fell gravely ill.
The last thing he said to me, "Please don't forget me." That was his last words. And after that, I just couldn't cope.
After 4 years in the ghetto, Krell, his eldest brother, and mother were taken by cattle car to their first concentration camp, Auschwitz-Birkenau.
The only thing that we smelled, a smoke from burning flesh.
Krell says this was the last time he saw his mother. It was also the day he was stripped of his name.
B7998. We were never called by name. We were always called by number. So it stays with you.
Over the next year, Krell was transported to 4 different concentration and labor camps.
When they work you hard and the food is bad, you succumb to that anyway.
He spent the last 6 months of the war at Mauthausen in northern Austria before American forces liberated the camp in May of 1945.
Didn't think of what's going to happen, how it's going to happen. Oh, we're alive and we're going to live, and the Americans are going to help us.
To mark Holocaust Remembrance Day, Krell lent his voice to the latest campaign by the Claims Conference called Cancel Hate, which features survivors reading Holocaust denial posts from social media.
The Holocaust did happen, and I am a witness to it. Your words matter. Cancel hate.
Krell says he hopes by sharing his story, he can help stop the spread of anti-Semitism and hate so that history will not repeat itself.
Such a Holocaust should never be forgotten.
And Rebecca, you see the raw emotion of him when he recalls his brother all these decades later. I understand he's still working to honor their memory.
100%. So he was the youngest of 3 brothers, and his middle brother's name was Zvi. That's the one that we saw him crying over, the one who died in the ghetto. He said that he was historically just not a very healthy child, which is why he succumbed to illnesses that he sustained there. And he also had an older brother named Moshe who died in the concentration camp. So actually, he has 1 daughter and 1 grandson, and that grandson is named Zvi Moshe, and he lights up talking about him. It makes him so happy knowing that he can pay homage to his brothers in this way.